Hello there, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Today we're going to be watching and reacting to an Amit Sengupta video here. He was requested recently to me, and I saw this video in his selection, and I thought it was going to be interesting. So we're going to go ahead and give it a watch. What is the video exactly? Well, it's a bit me. It's about. Who am I? Where am I from? It's about Myanmar's Coco Islands, which are apparently China's hidden eyes and ears near India's Andaman Islands and Bay of Bengal Sea. What is going on? Did Myanmar give China these islands? Is China facilitating the use of these islands through like a puppet government? What's going on exactly? What is going on here? So Myanmar Coco Island north of India's Andaman and Nicobar Islands are raising alarms as satellite image suggests China may be expanding signals intelligence capabilities there. While Myanmar denies any Chinese presence, the silence and infrastructure upgrades only deepen suspicions. What really lies behind India's it's late. What really lies behind China? Darn you, dyslexia. Let me read. What really lies behind China's hidden eyes and ears so close to India? What really lies behind them? What do? So Myanmar's denying it, huh? Interesting. Myanmar is denying anything's happening. I wondered, did China slip them a little bit of money under the table or something? I don't know. Let's find out, guys. Link to the video will be in the description down below, by the way, so please go and take a look at that. Without any further ado, we're going to get started.
You might have heard about the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, those beautiful tropical islands where
True.
India's navy has some of its most secret and powerful bases.
If they're secret, how do we know they're there? Also, to the Westerners, the only thing the Andaman and Nicobar Islands are known for to the west is that one island that has the tribe from even though it has been contacted dozens of times throughout the centuries, the uncontacted tribe, the humans that are like still in the Stone Age, right? That's the only thing Westerners know about the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Literally that's the only thing that they know about.
But just a little north of them, about less than 100 kilometers away, lies a small island chain that is suddenly becoming the center of big tension between India, Myanmar and China. The name of that island is Coco Islands.
That's really
and what's
close.
happening there could change the security balance in the entire Bay of Bengal. The story actually starts way back in the early 1990s. That's when Indian intelligence first suspected that China was secretly setting up a listening post on Myanmar's Coco Islands, a place close enough to listen in on India's missile and submarine activity. For years, this rumor kept coming and going. Some said it was true, others said it was just paranoia. Even India's Navy chief back in 2005 publicly said there is no Chinese base there. The Myanmar junta even invited Indian officials to visit the island to see for themselves. So for a while, things looked calm. But then, new satellite pictures changed everything. Images from Maxar Technologies in 2023 showed something that raised eyebrows.
A big airstrip right here, yeah. An aircraft hangar, huge airstrip. Facilities here for a longer permanent residency as well. There are people there. They live there for a long time. I mean, they got these buildings set up.
A 2,300-meter long airstrip, new hangars, accommodation blocks, and even a causeway being built to connect
Oh, wow, okay.
Coco with nearby islands. It wasn't just small construction, it looked like a full military modernization project. Even though Myanmar kept saying no Chinese presence here, but the Indian side was not convinced anymore. Why? Because the timing of this build-up matched China's growing presence in the region, from Hambantota in Sri Lanka to Gwadar in Pakistan and now possibly Coco Islands in Myanmar.
Yeah, this is actually a huge. Not only is this close to this portion here in the Bay of Bengal, it's also really close to the strait down here as well, which is probably India's big. Or God, my dyslexia is through the roof today. It's China's biggest stranglehold point through the strait right here. If this strait is cut off to China, then like the majority of their trade is basically null and void. So this is also very close to a positioning point to this as well. Although I think they might have a base that's closer as well, but this, still, it's close.
Now let's understand why Coco Island matters so much to India. The island is less than 100 kilometers away from India's Andaman and Nicobar Islands, basically right in India's backyard. These Andaman bases are home to India's nuclear-powered submarines, part of India's most secretive defense force. And here's the interesting part. Coco Island lies on the same latitude as the Rambilli Naval Base in Andhra Pradesh, where India's nuclear submarines are based. Now, I'm no expert in signal behavior, but two receivers on the same latitude but separated in longitude can influence signal reception conditions. So, if a country like
True.
China sets up a radar or listening post there, it can track Indian submarine movement, monitor missile telemetry data, and even capture signals from the Balaso missile test range in Odisha. That's a big security risk. Imagine your
Wow.
neighbor setting up CCTV cameras pointed right at your backyard.
That is such a commonplace thing, especially for people that are hyper paranoid, people that might have a few screws loose, uh, people that, fall for conspiracy theory, people that hate you. This is very commonplace. And surprise, surprise, the Chinese government also has that in common with that demographic.
Now jump to September 2025. India's Defense Secretary Rajesh Kumar Singh visits Myanmar for the annual defense dialogue. During this meeting, the Myanmar junta assures India not a single Chinese national is present on Coco Islands. Sounds reassuring, right? But here's the twist. When India requested to send its navy to inspect the island, Myanmar just didn't reply. They were just
They left India on red, guys. That's when you know something's up. You text somebody, you text somebody you thought family member, a significant other, and they leave you on red. That's when you know things are dire. That's when you know things are about to go sour. Not good. Not good.
When India requested to send its navy to inspect the island, Myanmar just didn't reply. There was just complete silence. This non-response is what is worrying the Indian officials. Because while Myanmar publicly denies China's presence, satellite imagery shows new runways, barracks for more than 1,000 personnel, and even construction work connecting to nearby islands. If you zoom out, Coco Island is just one piece of a much bigger Chinese puzzle in the Indian Ocean. China already has a naval base in Djibouti near the Red Sea. It runs Hambantota port in Sri Lanka, Gwadar port in Pakistan, and is building new ports in Bangladesh and Myanmar. That is a pattern called the Triangle of Death, because these ports
Oh, yeah. They're trying to cut off India, huh?
form a triangular ring around India's coastline. Now add Coco Islands to that picture, and you have a perfect listening post right near India's most strategic region. The Bay of Bengal isn't just any sea, it's one of the biggest trade routes in the world, connecting China, Japan, and Korea with the Middle East and Africa. Almost half of world's trade passes through here. So, whoever dominates this region dominates a key part of global trade. That is why China's Yunnan province is now directly linked to the Kyaukphyu deep sea port in Myanmar.
Trying to be slipping them some money, or they loan trapped and debt trapped Myanmar, which or both. If they got a straight through line here, I mean that's what they did with Pakistan as well, right? They loan trapped Pakistan into setting up a route to the Arabian Sea.
Under the China-Myanmar Economic Corridor. This lets China reach the Indian Ocean without passing through the narrow Strait of Malacca, where its ships are vulnerable. In short, it is China's way to bypass India's naval watch in Southeast Asia. I am not saying China is sending ships from Yunnan province. Yunnan province is landlocked. China cannot send ships directly from Yunnan. Instead, goods or equipment are transported via land, road or rail through Myanmar to Kyaukphyu. The main goal is to move Chinese goods, energy supplies, and sometimes strategic materials from Yunnan to the Indian Ocean via Kyaukphyu. From Kyaukphyu, goods can be loaded onto ships for overseas transport. So where does that leave India? Well, right now, New Delhi is in a wait-and-watch mode, strengthening its own surveillance from the Andamans and expanding naval capacity in the Bay of Bengal. But the real question remains, if Myanmar has nothing to hide, why not let the Indian Navy visit Coco Islands? And if the reports are true and China is indeed running a listening post there, then India may soon have to deal with Chinese eyes and ears, just a few minutes flight away from its most secretive bases. Sometimes global power games are not fought with guns or bombs. They are fought with antennas, radar dishes, and silent signals bouncing through the air. And in this quiet island near Andaman, the game of shadows between India and China might already have begun. I hope you found this video informative. I'll see you in the next one.
Quite the wordsmith there at the end. I loved it. Yeah. I mean, if this is the case, if Myanmar is saying no, then why are they not replying? Why are they not replying? Why is Myanmar leaving India on red? And satellite images, yeah. I mean, this is significant buildup for like such a tiny island. This is a huge buildup. Like, why would such a tiny island need such a huge runway? Like, this is astronomically big for such a tiny little island. Hmm. Interesting. Our lack of willingness to move a muscle will doom us. Thank you for making these videos. These important issues never come up in mainstream media. Thank you. Good information. We need to capture it again. I mean, it's 100. I mean, it's what, 100. How much did he say? 100 kilometers? Or it's like almost. It's like right on top. Like barely anything. Like what is the difference? The distance? It's not that much. And here it has it here. 100. Yeah, less than 100 kilometers. I mean, if you look underneath the ocean, this is probably a part of that landmass, right? Do you know if there are American, British, French, or any other listening posts in the area besides China and India? Quite a few, actually. Well, for starters, America is currently trying to build one in the Bangladeshi island at the moment. India's partnership with the U.S. is one of the things that will harm relations with China. Good info. Sir, analysis of recent meet between PM of India and Mongolia. Oh, this is from 2 weeks ago. Let's go back and see if there's anything new. Any new comments? India to place Rudra Brigade near Coco Island, sir. After communist China occupying the Earth, next Mars and Sun. Yes, yeah. We should set up an initiative so all the Chinese Communist Party should go and occupy the sun. They can set up all their bases on the sun. Why not? Send them off up that way. India trying to occupy or buy Coco Land area. What? Great news. Eyes on world's #1 superpower, India. Why still no video about Ladakh? Current Myanmar junta is selling everything to China. India must aware of Chinese naval presence on Coco Island. Andaman Island and Nicobar Island must be returned by India to Myanmar and Indonesia. They were illegally occupied by the Chola Empire and India. Bold of you to say. Capture these islands and make them part of India. No doubt. Excellent topic. All right. Guys, it was an interesting video. Link to the video will be in the description down below. Please go and take a look at it. Recommend me some videos. And with that, I'm out of here. Take care. Goodbye.